So the company was founded by me back in about 2008, 2009. We started making furniture from reclaimed doors from old houses here in New Orleans, and for a long time after that, built a lot of furniture out of salvaged, reclaimed wood from Hurricane Katrina. In about 2015, I took the company in a much different direction, and we do everything from metal canopy beds to wooden dining tables, nightstands, bar stools. We're a complete product line of home furnishings. So in 2019, we wanted to come up with a new pedestal dining table. And I had these ideas in my head of doing something that was carved and tapered, that had this really kind of organic form that could be modified into different sizes and colors, and coming up with these like creative concepts for how we could make a pedestal table that didn't look like anybody else's table out there. So the process for building our Amelia pedestal dining table is kind of like building a gigantic wedding cake. Basically what we do is we take solid blocks of maple, poplar, and American walnut. And once the pedestal is sort of roughed out in this form, we then drill a hole all the way through what's going to be the pedestal, and we put it on a gigantic lathe that we designed and built here in-house. So there's a motor on the lathe. The lathe starts to spin the big block of wood, and we then start to carve this kind of undulating organic form into the Amelia pedestal. And we've got a template that we know where the radius bends and curves, where it kind of gets bigger and shrinks down in size. And from start to finish, it takes over 24 hours to build these pedestals. They are a huge labor of love. And so once the pedestal has been carved and we've got the form just right, then we come back and we sand and we sand and we sand. And the wood has a ton of variation and coloring to it and grain patterns to it. So once the piece is finished, after that we can do the tabletop sizes in a variety of different sizes. We can do rectangle, round, oval. We can do a variety of different finishes on them. And the tabletop is then being constructed at the same time. We place the tabletop on this brand new beautiful pedestal. We source our wood from local mills here around the Southeast, and then every single one of my team members are trained on how to build these tables. So it is a full-on labor of love to build it here in our shop in New Orleans, and then we work with small mom and pop shippers to deliver these tables all over the country. On average, it probably takes about, from start to finish, it takes about a week to build one of our tables, and that's us working on it every single day. I mean, it takes hours and hours of manpower and labor and just sort of thought and craft that goes into each one. So what I like most about making the Amelia tables is no two ever turn out the same. They're made from solid blocks of wood. Each piece kind of has its own grain, its own color, its own pattern to it. And so no two are ever the same, and it's really cool. You can't always tell what it's going to look like when you first start carving it and laying out all the pieces. But then once you put that final sanding on there and you start applying the finish and the color to it, that's when it really just starts to like come to life. The home is a sanctuary. It's where we go to get away from a busy day. It's where we go to de-stress. And so we really pick and choose what we put into our home. And so for For customers to want to put our hard work and designs into their home, their sanctuary, is a rewarding feeling that I never take for granted. We never get tired of. It's kind of the ultimate compliment every single time.